Hello students. Today our topic of discussion is JDBC. Okay. So what is this JDBC now? JDBC stands for Java Database Connectivity. With this Java database connectivity, what happens is it helps to connect a Java application to database through standard API. Okay, which is nothing but the application programming interface. So with the help of this API, what happens is it is actually a programming language which defines how a client or Java programmer may access various relational databases from the Java code. Okay, so here is your Java application. In order to get connected to this particular database, we need this JDBC. Okay, without directly we cannot connect from a Java application to the database. That is the reason a JDBC is required. Okay, then after, what is the primary function of this JDBC? Actually, what it does is it provides a means to the developer to issue SQL statements and process the result. Okay, for issuing the SQL statements and to get the output, that is the result, in a consistent and data independent manner, this JDBC is used. Okay, so here again it is saying in order to connect to the MySQL database through Java language, a connection is required, which is called as JDBC. Right? So moving further, let me take you through an example here. See, the example here is when you try to log into your Facebook account, that is your FB login page, which is a Java application. Okay, so what you do is you enter your username and password. Okay, then press the enter button. Means you log into your Facebook account by entering your username and password and then press the enter button. Okay, so then what happens? These details has to be passed to the Facebook database. Okay, for validation of your credentials, means whether the login ID and password is existing or not. Okay, so at this point of time, what happens is the JDBC API comes into action here. Okay, what it does is it takes the username and password. Okay, and then what it does is it opens a connection, okay, to the FB database. See here, it opens a connection to the FB database. Okay, and it loads the driver to execute the query. So what it does is it opens the connection and it loads the drivers here, okay, to get connected to the Facebook database. Okay, and execute the query it is saying, means whatever the username and password we have given will be sent to here. That is the query, means what you're typing in is exactly there or not. That query will be executed. Okay, and when it matches or validate your credentials, it will check in the database whether the entered username and password is there in the database or not. Okay, and that how it does with the help of the statement there. Okay, once it is done, what it does is it fetches the result, means whether if it is there, it has to send it back. Okay, that is called the result. So with the help of result set, what it does is it will send it back to the Java application with the help of this result set. So in the result set, if it is there, means it will open the FB page. Okay, otherwise whatever the error or whatever it is showing in the FB database is displayed in the Java application. Okay.
So in the example we saw, once the JDBC API comes into action, what happens is a connection is established, okay, drivers are loaded and so the query is executed and we saw the result set also. Okay, so let us see what are those now. Okay, so the steps to connect to database through Java. What happens is when you want to connect from the Java to the database, certain steps are there which you need to follow. They are import package, load and register the driver, establish connection with database, create a statement, execute a query, process the result, then close the connection. So these are the steps which are required in order to establish a connection from Java to database. For example, in normal terminology, I'll give you a small example. Okay. See, when you want to call someone, you have to follow certain steps. Okay. So if you want to make a phone call, first of all, what you should have a mobile phone. Okay. Which is the import package. Okay. Then load and register the driver we are saying means you should have a SIM card. Okay. An active SIM card in the mobile phone. Okay. Then what you need to do is establish the connection with the database means you need to establish that is a connection by calling the other person from the phone so that the connection is established. Now create a statement we are saying. Now while calling the other person, what you should do is what you need to talk or what you want to talk. You should have a statement in mind. Okay, you have a question for the other person. Okay, like you want to ask him what is the mark you scored. Okay, right? Then what you will do is you will ask that particular statement to the other person when he picks up the phone. Okay, then what happens? In return, you will get some answer, you will get a response to your question, which is the process result. Okay, once you got all the answer, you will close the call by disconnecting the call. That is, close the connection. Okay.
Now let us see how these steps are useful to connect to database through Java. Okay, so the first one is import package. In import package, what happens is the first thing what you need to do is first you need to import this particular package which is called java.sql.star. Whenever we write star, what happens is all the packages inside the SQL, that is java.sql, are included here. Individually, you don't have to write. Okay, so this Java SQL package consists of classes and interfaces. So these classes are like driver, manager, type, etc. And the interfaces are like connection, driver, statements, etc. Okay, so the first line is import java.sql.star. So this has the java.sql.connection, java.sql.driver manager, okay, and java.sql.result set. All these are included in this particular star, right? Then load and register the driver. Okay, so here what happens? In order to load the driver, we need a method which is called class.forName method. Okay, and these drivers can be loaded from MySQL connector, which should be downloaded from the internet actually. Okay, a jar file is there inside it, that is must in order to load and register the driver. Okay, so this is com.mysql.jdbc.driver is the driver class for MySQL database. Okay, then these drivers are basically Java classes that helps to connect to the database. So without driver, you cannot get connected from the Java to the database. Okay, in this manner, you need to write class.forName in the brackets within double quotes com.mysql.jdbc.driver. Okay, then after you need to establish a connection with the database. That is, in order to open a connection to a given database, you should have this particular method, which is driver manager dot get connection in the brackets URL comma user comma password. Okay, so in order to establish the connection, we should start it with connection, okay, and con, an interface, okay, to the connection is equal to driver manager dot get connection method. Okay, inside the method you will write this jdbc colon mysql colon / localhost colon 3306 / database name, okay, comma root and password you will write. Okay, so now what is this JDBC, MySQL localhost 3306? What is this database name, root and password? Here is the explanation of it. JDBC is nothing but the API, okay, and MySQL is the database, and this localhost 3306 is the server name and the port number you are using. Okay, and this is the database name. Any name you can write, like whatever the database you're using, that database should be mentioned here. Okay, then username is nothing but the default username, and for MySQL is always root. Okay, and this password is when you're downloading the MySQL, okay, or installing the MySQL, at that time whatever the user gives as a password, that is this you have to mention here. Okay, and this con is the reference to the connection interface. Okay, so in order to establish connection, we need to write like this: connection con is equal to driver manager dot get connection in the brackets JDBC, okay, colon MySQL colon localhost colon 3306 / okay, database name, right? Here double quote should be mentioned. Then after, you need to create a statement and execute a query. So in order to create a statement, you have to write in this manner, which is statement, okay, another object state stmt is equal to con dot create statement. Okay, then after, whatever you want, like execute the query means, as discussed earlier, okay, you can use an insert statement or a create statement, anything you can use, right? Then once that query is executed, okay, once this particular statement is created and query is executed, you get the result. Okay, also once a query is executed, we get some response, which is like to fetch some records, get the table structure, or to insert some values, number of rows affected. Okay, in that is given in this process the result, okay, in the form of result set. So the result set should be mentioned in this manner: result set rs is equal to stmt dot execute query. So whatever the statement has been, this execute query method, whatever it is executed, that will get stored in the rs. See the example here: result set rs is equal to stmt dot execute query, okay, and a query is written select star from customer, which displays all the customer details. Okay, so now what happens is, actually this result set, it returns only one row at a time. So when it returns only one row at a time, we will not get the full output. For that reason, what we need to do is, we have to mention the next method in order to move to the next row. If you only, if a table has 5 rows, only one row is displayed, the others are not displayed. But with the help of the next method, what happens is, it moves the cursor to the next row also, right? Then with the help of getString method and getInt method, okay, we can retrieve the column values, okay, and this is used with the help of while loop. Okay, so whenever you want to execute the query with the help of result set, okay, we use this while loop, right? Then here in this method, in this manner, we have to mention while rs dot next. Okay, when you write like this, what happens is, it moves the cursor to the next line. Okay, so with the help of a system dot out dot println statement, okay, rs dot get int 1 means in the table, the first column or the first row is an integer value. Okay, then in the second column and second row, what happens is, it is having the string get string. So for string we use getString method. For a numerical or a number value, we use the int method, which is getInt method. Okay, then after, once everything is finished, what happens is, we use this con dot close method to close the connection. Whatever the connections we have opened, we will just close the connection by writing con dot close method. Okay, thank you for the class.